Hello everyone, welcome back to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Here we are about to fight Richter. Oh yeah. Yep, finally it is time to fight Richter here, you know? Uh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's quickly have to save a file, so one sec. Bear with me. Unexpected technical stuff came up here. Anyway, yeah, so we're fighting Richter here. So we have all the holy glasses. At least it's important that we do. Let's pull that up here right now. Okay, so holy glasses are on here, as you can clearly see. So that is exactly what we want, and we're about ready to go into this fight. Now we have to just deal enough damage to basically the shaft sphere, as I'd like to call it, and that is going to end the fight. If we can get it with about 10 hits. Okay, so that's what we're going to be going for, and we're going to be trying to dodge Richter's attacks as best we can, because we can't do too much damage to Richter here.
Why is a Belmont planning the resurrection of Count Dracula?
So basically, what Richter explains is his plan is he's trying to, stop this the curse of Count Dracula, where he rises every century. Anisha Belmont gets his own, time to shine, but then that's it for him because he's not going to be able to do it 100 years later. But regardless of all that, it's not actually about that. What it's really about is that Shaft is controlling him right here. You know, so Shaft here is right over here controlling Richter, and so we're gonna try to get to that. And the sword will help us out from time to time with the Shaft sphere here, but anyway, so there, Shaft has been defeated, even though we were starting to get low on health there. We were able to pull it off on this fight, so that's what matters. Okay. So it just tells you sometimes you need a little extra on the defense side that we did not bother to get. But we're going to get a dragon helmet, which is really going to help our defense out.
Thank you, Alucard.
But yeah, so Richter wasn't really planning on doing all this evil stuff and whatnot. Yeah, so it was merely Shaft who was influencing him there. Also, the priest is really named Shaft. Like, take that in for a moment. Still funny.
Yes,
Yeah.
think so.
So actually, in this part, there's supposed to be a scene
All right.
where Shaft summons a second castle, but it's upside down, right on top of us. But in the Xbox 360 version of the game, for some reason, the FMV or whatever it's called that is based on, simply did not load. We just didn't get it to load. So, like in this version, we have no idea about the inverted castle except that we're now in it, basically. Otherwise, there's nothing to indicate exactly what's going on or why it's going on. So now it's time for basically Simon's Quest, which is the second, of the Castlevania games, where they changed the formula a lot. It's interesting that a lot of early Nintendo games, and no, just games on the NES, not early Nintendo necessarily, but a lot of these early games tended to have these kind of things where they would change the game's formulas after they, had a successful game. They'd, change the formula and experiment. Meanwhile, nowadays people don't really do that. So we got ourselves the Royal Cloak. Let's check that out. Here's the Crystal Cloak, but here's the Royal Cloak, which is going to raise our defense by another point and our con score by another point as well. So that's going to be useful. Anyway, you have some nice life ups and health ups and stuff here. Life ups and heart ups and things like that. New sword, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, let's go get one of the new swords. That is the red lightsaber sword, is over here. So you notice this castle's upside down, but yeah. So now it's time, as I was saying, for Simon's Quest before I got off track. So Simon's Quest was, as I said, the second Castlevania game ever made, and it tried to do this style of, non-linear progression and stuff and using upgrades and whatever. So it was trying to, do something, and it was pretty unsuccessful at it, as, reviews by like Some Call Me Johnny or, the Angry Video Game Nerd will tell you. It was just a not very successful kind of attempt at it. The game had some difficulty problems. It just overall was not that good a game. Meanwhile, this game does it better with basically all we're doing is we're collecting the different pieces of Dracula. So we're collecting his tooth, his eye, his heart, his something else, let's see. There are two other pieces we have to collect, like a rib bone or something, and his whatever. So the Sword of Dawn. Anyway, so we collect up these 5 pieces of Dracula, and then we meet in the clock tower and face him off. Face off with him, etc. But yeah, so that's what's going on. Not that hard to understand, I would say. But yeah, pretty simple plot, pretty straightforward, and then it's up to us how we want to explore the inverted castle. Because you can explore it any way you want, but the inverted castle, as I've hinted at earlier in this walkthrough, was for a long time not my favorite. I say a long time, but I've only been playing this game for a number of months, and that number's only like 2. So, but I feel like I played it forever based on how many times I've played it in that period of time. Yeah, so for the longest time with it, however much time that would be, it's this game's some parts of it have never been my favorite, and the inverted castle I just didn't like, just plain did not like it. So yeah, that would be my issue. I just don't like the inverted castle overall. But recently I did a playthrough where I, actually did end up liking the inverted castle. So I would say that, it can be done. I don't think that the area is absolutely awful as of now, but we have to do it very carefully and do it in the right way, and that'll make this a lot easier. So anyway, that's about it for this part. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with the next video. Stay tuned. I'll see you then.